Page 1. The descent into the shadow. There comes a moment in every career, and in every long pause after one, when the map we spent decades drawing simply stops making sense. For years, we measure our worth by external markers. We build what the psychologist Carl Jung called the persona, the public mask we present to the world to prove we are capable, successful, and in control. But eventually, a shift happens. A sudden career disruption, an unexpected burnout, or even the quiet shock of entering early retirement can strip that mask away. Suddenly, the phone stops ringing with urgent requests, the inbox empties out. And in that stillness, a deep, uncomfortable struggle begins. Jung observed that the human psyche constantly strives for balance. When we spend the first half of life over identifying with our outward achievements, life has a way of forcing us inward. The struggle you feel during a career break or a period of transition is not a sign that you have failed. It is an invitation from your deeper self. Jung called the disowned, unacknowledged parts of ourselves the shadow. The shadow contains everything we buried in the pursuit of success. Our suppressed creative passions, our hidden fears, our forgotten playfulness, and our unaddressed anxieties. When you sit in quiet frustration, feeling lost without your old identity, you are standing at the threshold of your shadow. To overcome this struggle, you must stop running back toward the safety of busyness. You must turn around, face the quiet, and ask, what part of myself did I abandon to build my career? Page 2. Embracing the Enantiodromia. In Jungian philosophy, there is a fascinating concept known as Enantiodromia, the principle that everything eventually turns into its opposite. When an individual spends years in extreme structure, relentless ambition, and outward performance, the inner psyche naturally rebels. The mind demands its opposite: reflection, stillness, and space. For the working professional, this transition feels like a collapse. You wonder why the goals that used to ignite you now leave you feeling empty. For the early retiree, you wonder why the freedom you worked so hard to earn feels surprisingly heavy or directionless. The secret to navigating this phase is understanding that growth is not linear. You are not losing your momentum, you are rebalancing your inner ecosystem. Jung famously wrote, "There is no coming to consciousness without pain." The anxiety you feel right now is the friction between who you were trained to be and who you are meant to become. Instead of treating your current struggle as a problem to be fixed with a new checklist, treat it as soil. Sit in the unknown, allow the old definition of yourself to fall away like autumn leaves. When you stop forcing answers, you give your inner guidance the silence it needs to finally speak. Page 3. The Art of Individuation. The ultimate goal of Carl Jung's work is a process called individuation, the journey of becoming your true, whole self, separate from the expectations of society, family, and corporate culture. In the first half of life, we build the ego. We learn the rules, climb the ladders, and adapt to the world. But the second half of life, whether that begins at 35, 45, or 60, is reserved for integration. To practice individuation during a period of transition, begin by shifting your questions. Instead of asking, "What should I do next?" ask, "What wants to live through me now?" Instead of asking, "How do I stay relevant?" ask, "What feels deeply meaningful, even if no one else validates it?" Individuation requires you to make peace with your contradictions. You can be a high achiever who also needs rest. You can be a pragmatic professional who secretly loves art, philosophy, or quiet solitude. You do not need to choose between your strength and your softness. You are meant to contain both. When you integrate your light and your shadow, your professional drive and your personal peace, you achieve a rare kind of resilience. You become grounded, not because your outer circumstances are perfect, but because your inner world is undivided. Page 4. Gold in the Dark. Jung believed that the shadow is not merely a storehouse of darkness, it is 90% pure gold. Within your current struggle lies the hidden energy, creativity, and wisdom you need for your next chapter. If you are on a career break, let this time be a sanctuary, not a waiting room. If you are in early retirement, realize that retirement is not an ending. It is the beginning of your most authentic work. And if you are a working professional in the middle of a storm, remember that storms clean the air and water the soil. Trust the process of your own unfolding. The darkness you are experiencing is not a cave of dead ends. It is a womb of transformation. Hold fast, stay quiet enough to listen, and trust that the self you are discovering today will carry you far beyond anywhere your old identity could have ever taken you.